So, Jonathan, where are we going today?
AMC theaters
And why are we wearing pink today?
because we're going to go see Barbie.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Barbie, and that's the reason why we're wearing pink today. And later in the video, we're gonna give you guys a spoiler review for Barbie. But before anything else, we're gonna go to Jollibee to have something to eat. And before anything else, don't forget to give this video a like, and share, and subscribe. And please be kind in the comment section.
One Barbie later.
It's, yeah. Okay.
Hi guys, so we are back in our apartment, and this is gonna be our spoiler review for the movie Barbie. And as you can see, we're wearing pink right now, so we blend in, we match with the theme of the movie. And here's the thing, I really enjoy the movie a lot. I enjoy it, but how can I say? Storyline is not the best storyline, but I get it. Like
Yeah.
it's a good, how can I say, hanging out movie, should I say? Like if you have kids and all of that, it's nice to like bring your kids with you and your family with you. If you're dating someone, it's nice to watch this movie. If you're hanging out with friends, it's a good, going out movie, should I say? What do you think?
Yeah, it was definitely, I'd say, just a casual entertainment, I would say.
hmm And the movie theater is like awesome because like people are like, how do you call it? Like engaged with the movie.
Yeah, it was definitely a pretty much sold out. I don't know if every single seat was filled, but every seat was sold out when I looked on the app.
Yeah. And a lot of people are like wearing pink just like us. It's amazing. It's the first time like I'm should I say I dressed up for a movie. I didn't dressed up, but like I just decided to like wear pink just to match in with like the crowd and like the theme of the movie as well, Barbie.
Yeah, and I think in terms of like audience response, this was probably the most audience response in a movie since probably Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
for me personally.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think of the story itself, the movie itself?
The story itself. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's about Barbie going into the real world.
Yeah, because I feel like this movie is like a love letter to like the Barbie brand itself.
Yeah, there were parts of it where I have to say, not having really played with Barbie as a kid or being familiar with it, I feel like there's a lot of in-jokes that I don't necessarily get in the same way, but it's still told in a way to be entertaining, even if you're not that familiar with Barbie.
Mm-hmm. And it's, yeah, the Barbie brand is like very iconic worldwide, should I say? And like, is it the real girl or is it the real lady who created Barbie itself? Or somebody else is playing her character?
I don't know. I think that was an actress. I
Oh,
have
it's
to
an
look it up
actress.
to be sure, but I think because in the movie they did say the ghost of that person still haunts the 17th floor, so that makes me think that the creator of Barbie's no longer living.
Mm-hmm.
But without doing any quick internet research, I can't really say.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something I'm really familiar with. The
Yeah, no.
Barbie lore.
Because from what I understand, like she just created it, in honor of her daughter, or something like that. And then the Barbie doll itself became, should I say, iconic and politicized in all kinds of way throughout the years,
Yeah.
and all of that. Like she became a symbol of like consumerism and like feminism and all of these things, should I say? Even like how do you call it? Beauty standard? Barbie became a beauty standard
Yeah.
worldwide.
And I feel like the film itself, in a lot of places, kind of tried to make some jokes obvious by saying, no, this was a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
To make it clear to people who aren't familiar with it all, it's like, no, Mattel actually did make a doll like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the reason why I feel like it's a love story to like the Barbie brand itself. And then I remember like that scene like where they're throwing away like clothes and all of that, and then it unravels and like description. I feel like it's product advertisement or something.
Well, yeah, it has it's basically showing the clothes as they would be accessories, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of like the title? I mean the title. How can I say the performance, the acting?
I liked. Yeah, I would say I like pretty much all of the acting. I'll say when it comes to Barbie Land in the real world. So I would say to people going into this movie that don't take the real world as in the real world, because it's still stylized.
Yeah.
Especially there's sequences later in the movie that I think like at first when they're in the real world, it you might not think it's as stylized. But then you get into later in the movie where they're literally doing a Looney Tunes chase sequence.
Mm-hmm.
That, yes, all the people in the real world still exist within the film's reality, which is how would I describe it? It's not super realistic, especially the way people behave.
Mm-hmm.
It's still very stylized.
Mm-hmm. And then I remember like I was watching like videos from, should I say, conservatives, and they're saying like, oh, they made the man like look foolish and all of that. How can I say, it's a joke in this movie. Like it's not like an ultra feminist movie where they look down on the men and all of that. Like how can I say, they made a pretty good balance when it comes to that. Like they address like the man but not look down on them, should I say.
Yeah.
Unlike on any other feminist movie, like, oh, she's better on everything when it comes to like stuff, and then the man is just in the way, and like the man is toxic all the time. And here it's a different story.
Yeah, and then there was one thing I did see a reference to, which some movies have done, people, defenders of certain movies have tried to do, is where they say, well, this movie isn't for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw one comment online saying that, like, Barbie isn't for men. Which I would have to push back a little bit against. I would say, yes, men are not the primary demographic that Barbie is going after. But it's still a movie. It's still meant to be enjoyed by anybody who, wants to go in and see it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a good...
This idea, like, no, this movie's only for women, I would say that's not true.
Yeah,
there are certain parts in this movie, specifically Ken's storyline, that I think are going to resonate differently with men than it is to women, especially his like major climactic scene he has where he basically says like he doesn't know who he is without Barbie. That's going to mean something different to men watching it probably than women.
And like I said earlier, like it's a good like date night movie, or like if you have kids and all of that, like it's nice to like bring your kids to this movie as well. It's a good experience, especially if you're hanging out with friends as well. It's a good movie experience. That's all I can say about that.
So I definitely like the writing of it. It's the writing and directing is done in a way to make it interesting to everyone, I would say.
I really enjoy like some of the jokes in this movie.
Yeah, I would say like just one of my first criticisms just off the bat that really doesn't have to do with the movie's quality, more just the marketing, is that opening scene parodying 2001: A Space Odyssey would have landed a lot better if I hadn't already seen the whole thing really in the teaser trailer. Because like, yeah, it was still enjoyable. It's like, but I already saw this.
Yeah,
I already know exactly where it's going. There were like only like a few. It was really just an extended version of that a little bit, because there were a few like quick second things that weren't part of the teaser trailer. But if you saw the teaser trailer, that first thing that they revealed of this movie, which was just that, the narration about baby dolls for girls used to be just baby dolls, and then Barbie came along and it shows Barbie, she's giant, and they do the 2001 things of smashing the dolls and then throwing it up. That was the very start of the teaser trailer. That's the start of the movie. But then you've already seen it, so the joke is kind of lost, because I saw that. It was funny in the teaser trailer, and I would have thought it was just for the teaser trailer, honestly. I didn't think it would necessarily be in the movie. So it's an interesting way to start the movie, and I definitely think that it goes that way of saying, like, no, this isn't going to be like just... It tries to establish that the tone of this movie being slightly different, in this world being kind of off-kilter. I think there's some people... especially the kind of fanboys who get obsessed with like worlds having to exist by a very rigid logic. We're not going to be happy with this film, because especially when it comes to them going to the real world doesn't behave that much differently than Barbie Land in a lot of ways, in the way that the characters behave.
Well, because in Barbie Land, like, she's the product of your imagination.
Yeah, but then you go to the real world, and then they're still going through like Looney Tunes chases, and then Mattel in itself, like when they go into Mattel, doesn't really exist like a real world corporation. It's a fantasy in a way of what a corporation is. Like all the board, everybody on the board, or not the board, but all the executives being men. Also, nowadays, that's pretty unrealistic for such a big brand to be all men. I mean, I'm sure that maybe there's some corporations where they are all men, but it's for such a big corporate brand to be all men is pretty unrealistic nowadays.
And it's just funny because they're complaining about that, but the creator and the inventor of Barbie itself is women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're complaining about like patriarchy and all of that, but the inventor itself is women. And
and then like the joke that they said with the corporation is, Will Ferrell's character says, well, we had like a woman CEO once, or like a second one, but then that kind of ignores the fact that there are a lot of other positions and executives other than just the CEO. So like maybe if you just look at the hard facts, like how many women CEOs have there been at Mattel, which I don't know, I'd have to look up. Maybe that's true, it's only been 2. But there's a lot of other executive positions that I'm sure have been women throughout the years, especially within the last 3 decades.
Like I laugh on that part where they're talking about cellulites and
So you I would say I generally like the humor in this movie. You would say you would agree with that?
yeah, like some of the humor, some of them are like okay, like it's a little cheesy, some of them, but it's still a fun movie. I'm not gonna say like, oh, don't watch it. Like it's still a fun movie, but like some of the jokes to me are like okay, some of the jokes are like really awesome though. Would you recommend this movie to any of your friends?
Yeah, I would say I would recommend it. For me, it's not like a definitely must see in theaters, but if you're really wanting to see something in theaters, I guess it's definitely an option.
Yeah, because I've been seeing a lot of people online as well. They're dressing up as like Barbie itself.
It's more of a event movie in that way, especially if you're going out with a friend or a bunch of friends.
Like
Whereas
girls' night out. Or
the other
girls'
big
night out.
movie, Oppenheimer, I feel like is probably a little bit more of a downer. Especially got it just in terms of the real world events that it depicts. I feel like is much more. You're not going to come out of that movie feeling hyped.
Like this one, like yeah, you can bring your kids with you as well, or like your entire family just to watch it and all of that. It's a movie experience, should I say. So what do you guys think? Let us know down below in the comment section. And before anything else, don't forget to give this video a like, a share, and subscribe. And please be kind in the comment section. And I hope you guys enjoy our spoiler video. And I'll see you guys in my future video. Bye!